Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Hope we had a lovely weekend. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to be our course instructor for this very morning. My name is Akonde Olakomi Joshua. So I'm saying good morning to everyone online with me here. Good morning, Mr. Agbola Olusegun. Good morning, Alfonso Sikedieshi. Good morning, Anayo Chuku Ayaun. Good morning to Angel. Good morning to Anthony Kayode. Good morning to Abolaji Jeremiah. Good morning to Anyo Felix. Olugbenga, good morning to Blessed. Good morning, Brown Waki. Ola, good morning, Chinedu. Good morning, Dynasty Haji. Good morning, Ediagu. Good morning, Fadaria Folabi. Good morning, Infinix X6516. All right, since this person has refused to change the device name to his real name, no problem. Good morning, Jacob Oladimeji. Good morning, John Obab Niyi. Good morning, Kiyuni. Good morning, Kenny. Good morning, Kenny. Ezekiel. Good morning, Larry. Uh, Abdurrahim. Good morning, Lipede Taiwo Johnson. Good morning, Olariwa Jugbenga. Good morning, Olawari Samuel. Good morning, Olorun Toba Benedict, Top West. Okay. Good morning, Olufowo Kambamishe. Good morning, Oyafa Karibo. Good morning, Oyebo Wale Aderibigbe. Good morning, Rotimi Lame. Good morning, Techno Camon 17 Pro. All right. Good morning, Temi Tokbe. Good morning, Traymon Mba or Mabs. Good morning, Voltrex Gold. Okay. Good morning, Yusuf Rashidat. All right. Good morning to everybody. So, yes, I think I've called everybody on the list. So if you didn't hear me call your name, it means you're just joining. All right. So, well, I can see from my chat section. Yes, nice. A lot of us have responded to this greetings, good morning, Mr. Akande. It shows that you can hear me loud and clear from your own end, which is interesting. I love that. All right. So if you're unable to hear me clearly from your end, it means the network of your location is having some fault. So please, what I need you to do is maybe you switch off your device and you on it again, or you change your location. That way you'll be able to hear me loud and clear. Thank you for that. Okay. So since we've made that clear already, I think the next thing is to dive into the real deal of checking the market, looking at how the market started this today or how the market is starting this week. Then first thing first, let's look at what happened last week. Let's look at the whole what happened on Friday. You understand? Okay, I can see Dynasty has you saying loud and clear. Yes, I can see it. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I really appreciate. So first thing first, let's look at what happened last week. Let's see how the whole thing went. We'll start with fundamentals, then look at how the market went, then we'll come back, look at what the news we have for today, then we'll do the analysis technically and see what the market is going to do. We envisage and see if the market is going to be like that or not. Okay. All right. So first thing first, I'm going to be sharing my screen, which I believe we all will see from our own end. All right. I just did that. Okay. So as of last week, which was on Friday, we had news coming out on GBP where the governor of Bank of England, that's Governor Bailey, he spoke. Then by 1:30, we had news coming out on CAD, the employment change and the unemployment rate. But unfortunately, it didn't come out well. Understand? It came out green and red, which is saying you should buy and sell at the same time. And we all know that that's not good. That's not a good information. You can't buy and sell at the same time. You understand? We can't buy and sell at the same time. Then FOMC member Walla speaks. Also, let's not forget that as at last week Friday, we got the information that the US and China are going to be having a meeting on Saturday and Sunday. Yes, we are yet to get a full announcement of the progress to know how the whole thing is going to happen. But yes, hopefully, once there's a development on that, we're going to be seeing the reactions on the chart. You understand? Either the market buys for instrument like USDJPY or sells on USDJPY, showing that okay, yeah, it's good or it's negative for one of the economies. Or yes, but yeah, surely we'll surely see a reaction in the market. That's one thing I want us to know. Okay, so this was what the news that we expected for last week, you understand? But let's look at the chart and see what exactly happened on Friday to see, okay? So I'll be sharing that, then we'll come back to look at the news we're expecting for today and everything. So, wow, this is as of this morning. In fact, the first instrument that is displaying on my screen now is US 100, but no, you know, let's start with this instrument. I'm coming. Okay. So fine. Let's look at USD JPY. USD JPY as of on Friday. Can we see? It dropped. It dropped. It didn't really go up. It just got to this particular resistance, and it was more of almost a double top, a little, but yeah. But no, it dropped from that until closing hours of Friday before it now did a little pullback. Then as of this morning, we are seeing what we are seeing. You understand? So USD CHF also just dropped close to this particular support before it now reversed back and went up. You understand? Yes. Then we have USD CAD. What happened on USD CAD? In fact, USD CAD on its own, it ranged between the 2 points. You understand? At a point it broke it, then later went back. That's just that on USDC CAD. You understand? But anyway, let's go back and see what is going to really happen today for the news. Let's see. So as of today, on in the market, the news we're expecting in the market today, it's just a tentative news, and it's CNY, which we know we don't trade on our own platform. We don't have that particular instrument on our trading platform, CNY. You understand? That's just that. We don't have it on our play. It's even saying tentative new loans. Apart from that, nothing else. So, well, except for tomorrow, where we'll be having volatile news coming out. But as of today, we do not have any major news coming out apart from the news between US and China. You understand? Just like we're even seeing, based on the news we're seeing now, it says joint US-China statement, US to suspend 24% duty rate for 90 days. I think that's that's the latest development on the news. They just dropped it some minutes ago. Interesting. So based on that, you will see there's going to be a reaction on USD JPY. It's going to take a particular direction. In fact, based on what I'm saying on USD JPY, we should see that the USD should gain strength. Currently, we can see there's volatility. Based on what you're saying, volatility now. Let's go to the chart and see what is happening on USD JPY. Let's get there. Let's get there. So USD JPY, that will be the first instrument before any other instrument, USD JPY. And yes, based on what we're seeing on USD JPY, there's volatility on USD JPY. It's moving up. So I want to believe they are reacting based on that news. The global trader are reacting based on that news. That is why it is pushing up. You understand? Based on the fact that they are dropping 24% of that tariff for 90 days. For 90 days, that's battered a very good reaction of what? Of buy on USD JPY. So the news, the market is reacting based on what? The news that has been released.
Gbogbo ìdẹ̀bí ìyá tó lóyún tó wà ní àṣàlẹ̀ tí wà tó sanra ọmọ inú tàjò tó ṣí ní ti ń yọjú ìyá ẹ̀ náà.
All right. Please kindly hold on for me, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Please and please, if you're joining this platform, please kindly mute yourself from your own end, although I've done that from my own end too. Okay, thank you. All right, so I feel because of the latest information, that is why we can see a strong push for buy on USD JPY. So that's what is affecting USD JPY as of this morning. It's a buy on USD JPY because of what? Of the news saying that 24% tariff is being dropped on them for the next 90 days. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a reaction on them, surely, because of that. You understand? So USD JPY, it's, well, based on what we've seen, it's a buy. on USD/JPY based on what we are saying now. All right. So let's move to the next instrument, which is Euro USD. And if you're seeing it, look at it on Euro USD. Currently, USD has gained strength, and that's why you're seeing a massive push to the downside on Euro USD. In fact, funny enough, when the market opened, you understand, look at it, it gapped down. It gapped down, then it pushed up a little, ranged around this point. You see, the moving average we're seeing here now, this moving average is a dynamic zone. It's a dynamic zone. And if you look at it, price actually respected it. Got to this point, it got rejected. At the point, it broke this point and went up and closed above. Thinking maybe it was going to break above it, but no. And after that, he pushed what? He pushed down. And that is why we are seeing that massive fall on USD, on Euro USD as of this morning. Why? Because of the news. And low, based on what I'm seeing, based on what I'm seeing this morning, based on what I'm seeing this morning, you can also see, in fact, let's go to daily time frame. Based on what I'm seeing on this daily time frame now, based on what I'm seeing on this daily time frame, as far as this price is able to close below this point successfully, I am expecting a downward push, a strong downward push, a strong one, a bearish move, strong bearish move on Euro USD. You understand? All it's just showing, all it's just depleting is that the USD has gained strength. There's going to be a strong reaction. You know, last week Friday I was saying it. I said based on the fact that there's going to be news Saturday, Sunday, this Monday morning we should expect a strong reaction in the market, and that's what we're seeing in the market. Based on that, look at it. Even on my 1 hour time frame, yes, I've moved it down to 1 hour, and you're saying it is going down. So if it's this market is able to close below this particular point now, I'm expecting it to move down all the way. And based on what we're even seeing on the moving average, the moving average is also giving us that bearish move. It's sell all the way to. That's what we're saying. You understand? Okay. So let's look at USD CHF. USD CHF. We are seeing the reaction. It's a buy. The reaction is the market is just reacting to the news. But you see, the real reason why it's reacting like this is just between the news on USD. In fact, I think we need to see it. Let's see. Coming. Let's go back to that same news again. Let's see what it has said. To be sure, let's go back. Let's go back. So it's not just about saying, okay, so this is it. Based on the latest news, it says joint US China statement. All right. I'm trying to see if you can get the full news button. I'm unable to get that. They are yet to release anything on that. They are yet to release any news on that. Okay. So what it's just saying is US to suspend 24% duty rate for 90 days. You understand? Breaking. China to lower tariffs on US goods to 10%. From 125%. You understand? So they are going to do that to what? For 90 days too. You understand? So US tariffs on China to include a 10% base plus a 20% fentanyl levy. You understand? So we are removing the modified additional ad valorem rate of duty on those articles imposed by executive order. You understand? But yes, the full information is yet to be released. You understand? It's yet to be released. We're only seeing the comments and everything. But by the time we see the comments, sure, we'll see. There will be a reaction. There's going to be a reaction on it, and either we see a strong push again continuously like that. But yes, the market is reacting based to this news because it reduced what the percentage of the rates. So that's why this market is reacting this way. You understand? So yes, USD CHF is also moving. Look at it. USD CAD2 is also moving up. You understand? Can you see? The market is really reacting to this instrument's movement. It's reacting like that massively. We have USD JPY to the same way. You understand? So let's look at GBP USD is also doing the same thing. It's also what? It's also dropping. You understand? All in all, what it's just saying is USD has gained strength. In fact, let's look at the currency strength meter. You're going to see the reaction on the currency strength meter too. Let's look at it. Let's go there. Let me show us. Let's see what it's saying on currency strength meter currently now. We'll see. Can we see? Every other instrument NZD is dropping strength, GBP is dropping strength, Euros is dropping strength. You can see CAD gaining strength, and that's why the move is not that massive on USD CAD, even though it's still buying, you understand? USD is also gaining strength, but AUD is full, you understand? So the reaction might not be too much on AUD USD, you understand? Might not be too much on AUD USD, but on every other instrument, like we can see, we're seeing that massive move just because of the news that was what? That was dropped. You understand? That's what we're seeing now. GBP USD really, really gaining strength. Okay. Yeah, AUD USD. Can you see that on AUD USD? It's not really showing that strength. It only spiked up and it has dropped. You understand? It's more or less like it's even dropping because price actually moved up, but it's respecting the zone and it's dropping. You understand? So that's the way it is. And this whole move, you see that it's not too strong because AUD on its own is also strong as of this morning. But because USD is gaining strength, that's why you're seeing that massive pullback on AUD USD. All right, so I can see that on the chart, some of us are already dropping that we should look at gold. We should look at gold. Is okay, fine. Let's go to gold. Let's go to gold and see what exactly is happening in gold. Let's see what is happening in gold. You understand? Coming. Okay. So this is on gold. And on gold now, we can see that gold is dropping strength. You understand? Like it's selling. And yes, it is expected to sell because we all know that in the global market, gold is paired with dollars. You understand? Although, yes, we have some other currencies paired with gold in the global market too. But the USD has more say in that market, you understand? Because it's traded more in dollars than any other currencies. Yeah. So as of this morning, it is expected for it to sell because dollars is gaining strength. And what do you think it will be is the best to do? You understand? The currency you're using to buy a particular commodity is now very, very let's say it has gained more strength, it has gained more momentum. So you know the value of what you're going to get. So what you just do is you sell the other thing to get this one because the value is more. Assuming dollars is assuming dollars now is losing strength, you understand? You know that yes, it's going to be easy for you. You just use that instrument to buy gold. So as of now, dollars is gaining strength. So the best thing to do is to sell gold to make more profit. So and that's why you're seeing gold being what? Bearish. It's dropping. It's dropping. And yes, it is expected. That's what is going to happen. And that's why even from the whole deal, when the market opened on gold, you saw the way it gapped down. You understand? It gapped down, then a little push. Now it's dropping again. And all this reason is just because of what? The news that was released. Now, okay, so that's that on gold. Let's look at oil. Let's see. On oil, like we can see, there's no serious move on oil. Although, yes, it's been envisaged since last week. I dropped this. I said I was envisaging that price should go up, and actually price has done that, broke that point, and it has pushed up. You understand? So, and let's see what are we seeing here. Price actually is around this got closer. Yes, it got to this particular resistance here, and it has respected it, and that's why you're seeing price dropping. Assuming price was able to break above this particular zone or this section now, I will be expecting that yes, price should do what? Should keep on buying. But as of now, we only tested that point and reversed back, and we still have more time because this is on my 1 hour time frame. Except that except price is able to break above this particular section successfully, I don't expect it to push up. But as far as able to break it successfully, then fine, price should what? Should buy. That's that on oil. Okay. Let's look at wheat. Let's see what wheat is saying on wheat. All right, so look at wheat now. Wheat has actually dropped. It's just been dropping. And can we see it? It's just been dropping. So based on what we're doing, I remember last week when we were looking at it was just around this point, and I was of the opinion that because price was ranging, we should hold on and see what it's going to do. Where is it going to first? And yes, price of which just dropped. Now it's trying to push back up. I'm still expecting it to drop, really. I'm expecting it to drop. I'm expecting the price to drop. Not even with this one that dollars is gaining strength, you understand? It will be the best time for us for a sell on wheat, you understand? I'm still expecting price on wheat to drop, okay? Okay, so let's look at indices now. Let's look at US 100. Then we'll look at all other ones like US 30 and the likes, US 500. Okay, so US 100. US 100 is actually going up too. You understand? US 100 is going up too. Well, we will have more investors now that the tariff price has dropped. You understand? More investors, people who want to invest on US 100 and the likes too, because for a while stocks has actually dropped. But with the whole news now that tariff has been dropped and everything, you have a lot of people dropping, doing a lot of things in terms of stocks. You understand? That's why you're seeing it that price is reacting like this. I know normally we look at it and say whenever dollars is weak, that's when stocks should go up, and whenever dollars is strong, stocks should come down. But in this situation, the reverse is the case. Dollars is strong, getting stronger, and you're seeing that stocks is also getting strong. It's based on the news, the reports that tariff percentage has been dropped massively, and that's going to be for 90 days. So yes, that's why you're seeing that strong bullish move on US 100. And the same thing I expect to see on all other indices like US 30, US 500, that's S&P 500, even US 2000 too. I'm also expecting that bullish move. Exactly. Look at it. Exactly. That's what it is. So for those that would have entered that buy as of this morning, I'm saying a very big congratulations to them. They would have made that profit. One of the things I always say is this: you can't yes, let's look at it that yes, we trade this market technically, but at the same time too, news is also an influencer of this market. Like we all know, and we'll be saying it times without number. We have three things that influences this market, which is what sentiment, news, that's fundamentals, then what technicals. And as of this morning, the market is reacting based on the information that we just received some minutes ago. You understand? So the market has just been moving, and it's interesting. Okay, Mr. Victor. Sorry, I might not be able to pronounce the other name. He said, "Good morning, my coach. Good morning to you too." He said, "When is the price closing the gap in the market?" Now, Mr. Victor, the question you're asking me, I don't know. Nobody knows when the market is going to close the gap. Yes, there might be a gap, and the market will take its time to close it. And funny enough, in some situations, it might not close it. Yes, it might not close it based on what? Based on the reaction that is happening. And you see now the tariff, they said they are going to seize the tariff for when till 90 days. And if you're looking at 90 days, that's how many? You can say 3 months. You understand? 3 months. So if you're keeping it for 90 days, 3 months, and it is based on what is happening in the global market. So for the next 3 months, it might not cover it. And funny enough, again, in the next 1 hour or 2 hours, it might cover it. You understand? Based on reaction. So if you're looking at when exactly, I don't know. But let's look at what is happening currently and react to it. You understand what the market is doing? You understand? In fact, I would say based on the sentiment you're already seeing and with the news, it's directional. The market is directional. That's what I would say. Okay? Okay, Mr. Anayo Chooks. You're saying very big profit. It's like you've placed a trade on it, which is interesting. If you've placed a trade, like I said, for all those that would have used the opportunity when we just talked about it, I will say, yes, the market is reacting to that news and they decided to enter instantly to make some profit. Congratulations to them once again. Congratulations to them once again. Okay. All right. So let's go back to some of these instruments that I did not talk about. Let's look at it. But what I will just say is this: for all of us that we're all here together, please make use of this opportunity. One of the interesting things about this market is it only happens once in a while. Look at, we're on Euro USD, and on Euro USD, you can see this is a strong bearish move. Like I've said it, you should know what to do. You understand? You don't need to be informed on what to do. It's based on the news, and yes, this market is actually moving in that line. In fact, it's moving in that line. Like it's an interesting thing. So please and please make do of that opportunity. Don't let it just go like that. You understand? I'm also on that same instrument too. I'm even moving my own too. So please kindly make do of the opportunity, make some profits for yourself, you understand? So that you know that yes, this week has actually been an interesting week. So yes, that's that for that. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, we talked about Euro USD, talked about okay. A1 Wisdom, he said, okay, I'm looking at you. He said, and secondly, CAD JPY, I saw a double bottom on H4 and D1, and it has broken the ascending trend line I drew on D1, which align with the weekly. Also, can we take entry from H1 front and place my SL below structure and ride upwards because it's a swing trade? Please kindly analyze. Okay, let's look at CAD JPY. Let's see what CAD JPY is saying. Let's see what CAD JPY is saying. All right, let's look at CAD JPY and see what it is saying. Okay, I'm with us. All right, CAD JPY it is. I'm on CAD JPY now. So now, as you can see too, CAD as well, like I told us this morning, CAD was actually gaining strength the same way USD was gaining strength. And that's why we're seeing this reaction on CAD too, that it's a massive buy on CAD. So let's look at the H4. Okay. All right. So currently on the H4, based on what I'm seeing here, price is currently at a strong zone. Yes. It's currently at a strong zone. And now I'm not seeing that pure double top here. Okay. Or is it double bottom? Let's look at it. Let me look at it. This is on 4 hours time frame. So looking at that for us, let's see what is price saying here. Okay. And one of the things we need to understand is this: when you call something double top or double bottom, it means price is getting rejected at a particular zone, at the same zone. You understand? It got to that particular zone sometimes ago. Now price is getting to that same point and it's being rejected at that same point. That's when you call it a double bottom or a double top. You understand? So if you have a double top, what you expect is you expect that price should go down. And if you're having a double bottom, you're expecting price to what? Reverse back to the upside. But I just feel the whole reaction we're seeing this morning is as a result of that news. That's what I'm seeing on H4. You understand? And even on, okay, now this is on daily time frame now. Based on what I'm seeing on daily time frame too, I won't call this a pure double bottom. It's not a pure double bottom. As you can see, based on what we are seeing here, it's not pure double bottom because you discover that price is not even close at that exact place. You understand? Even though that point is a strong demand zone where it is now, this is on daily time frame. This is a strong demand zone based on what you are seeing, and you're seeing that price as we expected it. Now on CAD JPY, this is on daily time frame. This is what I would just say: if it's able to break above this part successfully, this is the zone. So just let's watch out for this point. If it's able to break above it successfully, all the way up, I'm expecting CAD to go up. I'm expecting CAD to what? To go up on CAD JPY. As far as it's able to break that point, I'm expecting it to what? To push up to the upside. You understand? And also, another thing I want us to just understand is this. You see, in this market, one of the things you need to look at is currently look at where price is. Once it has, well, I just expect it to move that way, Sha. Let it break above that part. Once it's able to break above that part, we should expect that strong move. We should expect that what? Strong move. All right. So that's that on that particular instrument for me. That's that on that particular instrument for me. Okay. Let's look at okay, coming. So I want to believe that is clear for A1 Wisdom. On CAD JPY, I'm just expecting it to break above that part. If it's able to break above it, then we can go for that bullish move. But if it doesn't, have to hold on a little. You understand? Hold on a little. And based on what it's giving us almost like that letter W there. In fact, where is it? Let's see. Okay, I'm coming. Question. Okay, based on the zigzag. All right. So can you see this is 1 1 1 1? So I'm expecting it to break above this part. If it's able to break above it, then we could expect price to what? Push up. This is a strong zone here. As far as it breaks above this part successfully, we could have that bullish move on it. But if it doesn't, then and it respects that point, we could have price reversing back to the downside. That's just that on JPY. Okay. Okay. Let's look at GBP JPY, after which we look at Euro card. Only for Woka Bamishi, that's what he's requesting for. So let's look at GBP JPY. So GBP JPY. Okay, I'm on it. So you can also see that the market is also reacting in that way too. Because as of this morning, JPY is big. Based on that news, JPY is big, and that's why we're seeing all this move. GBP JPY is going up to and likes, even though it has gotten to a new. This is on my 1 hour time frame anyway. This is on my 1 hour time frame, and you can see that price has gone up to this particular point, and that's why we are seeing what is happening with price. You understand? So let's see, based on what we're seeing, even on the daily time frame, we discover that if you're to follow the trend, price has been dropping a little based on the trend. And I want to believe that, in fact, I'm coming. Let's see. So yes, if price is able to break above this part now, based on what we are seeing, because I'm using the auto trend line channel now to explain this, we're expecting price based on this trend now. Trend is showing that price has actually been dropping, but there's also a push to the upside now. So if it's able to break above this particular section successfully, if price is able to break above this part successfully, then we could have price pushing up around this point. If price is able to break out of this zone successfully, pushes up and closes above this shaded part, then we could have price moving to the upside, bullish move. You understand? So let's look at it on 1 hour time frame and see. Okay, so based on what we are seeing on 1 hour time frame, if price is able to break above this part successfully, please, that's when you can go for that buy. But if that does not happen, because you can also see that price is having issues around that point, around this zone there. There's a dynamic zone there, and price is actually having issues around that point. You can see that price is being rejected around that point. On getting to that point, is having issues. So we need to be very, very calm about this instrument. Let's hold on and see what price wants to do. Is it breaking above it or reversing back to the downside? You understand? So if that happens, we'll know the next step to take. Unless that happens, please hold on. If that does not happen, don't rush into the market. And the real truth is, you can't force this market. You can't force it. It will only do what it needs to do. And secondly, one of the things, another thing we need to understand is when it comes to technicals, we need to be very, very patient. We need to be very, very patient. Wait for price to fulfill what is required. If it doesn't, no, then you have to just hold on for it. You understand? It's not something that you just have to be like, okay, my guts is telling me that it's going to do that. No, it's not about the guts. You understand? Let the market show you that this is what it wants to do first before you go. If you don't see it, don't go. You understand? So based on what we're saying here, I'll say you hold on GBP JPY first before you go for anything. If it closes below this point, it means that zone is actually strong. So the next candle now on opening could now break above it successfully. And if that happens, then you can follow. But if the next candle respects that zone, we're going to have price dropping back down. That's just that. Okay. So let's look at Euro card. Let's look at Euro card. Because Euro card. Okay. Euro card. Okay. Euro card. I'm on it with us. Okay. So on Euro card, we can see the way it dropped. Yes. That's just to show us that what's happening. CAD is also gaining strength. That's why you're seeing that massive drop on Euro CAD. You understand? Dropped. In fact, as of this morning, when you opened, it gapped down. And see, the reason why it gapped down, let me now give us the main reason why this whole thing happened. This whole thing happened because last week we were informed that they were going to be having a meeting. Yes, and China was going to be having a meeting, and some of these other bodies, they had a meeting. So it's a reaction of that Saturday and Sunday that we are seeing on this market, that you're seeing the gap. It gapped down and pushed up. Now again, the reaction of it moving down. So you get it. So it's not a matter of what made the market to gap like that. No, it's a reaction of the news in the name of what happened on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, sorry, before I move on, I can see an information that was dropped by Mr. Ekpemski. He said, please, can you tell me where to take profit? Because most of them are very high. Mr. Ekpemski, I can't do that, please. You are the one that have the money in your trading account. That's one. You understand? So I won't tell you. It's just like you telling me that I am eating now. Tell me when to stop. It's not possible. You'll be the one to decide when to stop when you are filled. So if you're seeing the money and the money is, you're satisfied with what you're seeing, you can leave. It's not something that I should tell you how to take it. No. It's just like you telling me to tell you where to put your stop loss. You should know when you've had enough of something. If it's good, fine. If it's bad, fine. The only thing I'll tell you is this: don't be too greedy. If you've made that profit on it and you're satisfied with the profit, why not leave it? Don't force it too much. You understand? If you've made the profit and you're satisfied with the little profit you've made, then you leave it alone. But me telling you where to put your take profit, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Not even with the whole training that we've all received from even me, my senior colleagues and the likes in this market. You understand? You should know where to put your take profit. You understand? So I'm sorry, I will not be able to give you any response on that. Okay, so we'll come back to EuroCAD. So on EuroCAD now, looking at it from the daily time frame, price has actually gone up for it. While King is now pushing back down. So 1 hour time frame, let me zoom out so we can see it clearly. So you see, over time, based on what we've been seeing, it's more or less like price has actually been moving between some zones, until this morning before it broke it. You understand? And you only broke it based on this whole reaction. So what I'll say is this: let's wait till this market closes, this particular candle that we are seeing. Let's wait and see. If it closes at this point, it means it has broken all these zones successfully. You understand? If it closes like this, it has broken all these points successfully. So we could have a continuation till when it will get to another point. And when I mean another point, I mean another zone. You understand? If it closes like this, we could have price selling even up to this point. You understand? We could have price selling even up to that point. But you see, if prices get moving to a particular direction for a while, let's say it's been going down for a while, we should also know that it might get to a point and there will be what? Price is going to relax based on that movement. So we also need to be what? Very, very strategic about it. You understand? We need to be very, very strategic about it. It's not just because you're saying that price is dropping, you should also drop like that. So part of how are you going to be strategic about it? Look at where price is. Is it getting to a particular zone? If it's getting close to that zone, maybe it's very, very close to that zone, you need to hold on and see what it's going to do. Is it going to break that zone first? If it breaks that zone, then you could have a continuation of that move. But if that does not happen, there could be a massive reversal. You understand? So that's that on EuroCAD. Just hold on and see. If it's able to close below this, around this point, it will have a continuation in that move downwards. But if that is not the case, price could reverse back to the upside. So that's that on EuroCAD. Okay. Which other instrument are we looking at again? Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to look at corn now. Let's look at corn. All right. Let's look at corn. Well, based on what we are seeing on corn now, look at the way it is. It's just between these zones, which was the same thing I did since this has been since last week, you understand? Pushed up a little now, dropped down, back, and many. So, and it's just between these 2 points. So our advice, we hold on for price of corn, either to break below this part, or once it closes below this part, then we can go for that bearish move because we know it's getting back down, you understand? And it's giving us that, it's been giving us that bearish move for a while now. So if you look at the trend, it's been more of sell, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So I was expecting such again. Let's see. Except if there's going to be a strong reversal. But as far as that is what he was saying here, we could expect price to what? Drop down. You understand? Break this zone and drop down. But before we can go for that sell, let's hold on for price to break below this particular zone successfully. Completely. Okay. All right. As it is now, I'll give us the opportunity to please be dropping your own instrument. Drop your own instrument so that we'll see what is there. You understand? Once you want me to look at, we still have like some 15, 16, okay, 15 minutes and some seconds more. You understand? But that's that. Okay, let's look at US 100. Okay, I've talked about US 100. I've even talked about oil too before, but no problem. Let's go back to it. Let's look at what the instrument is saying. US 100. Then we look at oil. Arubi Emmanuel, we looked at gold. No problem. I'll look at all of it. I'll look at all of it for now. Okay. So first thing first, let's look at US 100. So this is US 100 like we all know. Look at it. It's pushing up. You understand? So what I would just advise is let's be strategic about it. Because price has actually gone high as of now. And because price has gone high as of now, it don't just mean that we're going to now jump into this market immediately with it. You understand? Let's hold on and see what it wants to do. Is it going to break above this part where it is? If it's able to break above it successfully, then fine. Because as of now, price is meeting a resistance there. That's why you're seeing that rejection. You understand? Price is meeting a resistance around this point. You can see, you might not see it very well, but if you go to your daily time frame now, you will discover that yes, there's a zone around that point, and that's why price is having issues. You understand? There's a zone around that point. That's why price it only came close to that point. And if you look at it successfully, yes, there is. So if it's able to break above this part successfully now, that's when we can now say, okay, we're expecting price to get back to this particular high. You understand? We say we're expecting it to get back to this particular high. This is on my daily time frame. In fact, let me make it more clear. Okay, let's ease this whole thing. Okay, now this is it. Price around this point. So if price is able to break about around outside this zone, we could have price reversing back to the upside, breaking above this part, going up to this top side. But let's hold on and see, is price going to do that? If price is able to break above it there, fine, we're expecting it to do that. But if that does not happen, it might not go. So let's look at, is it going to break outside this above these points? So if he's able to do that successfully, that's when you can go for that buy. But if that does not happen, so please you hold on for price. You hold on for price. That's for that on US 100. Let's look at oil. Okay, sorry for that network glitch. Sorry for that network glitch from my own end here. So let's see what we can do now. Look at oil. Okay. Going to look at oil now. All right, so oil. Can you see? I just said it this. I was saying it as of now. I said, okay, price as far as it's able to break above this part. And look at it. It has not broken above it, and price is already dropping. It's expecting that particular zone. price is respecting this particular zone here. You understand? So unless it's able to break above this zone, it's not going anywhere. Look at it. Based on what we are saying, as far as it's unable to break above this point, it's not going. And that's it. I marked this down. This wasn't today. I marked it down since last week. Yes. Can you see? So price is respecting that zone. So unless it's able to break above this zone, it's not going to go up. But if as far as it's able to break above it, then fine. And if it reverses back down, it has this other zone to contend with. That's just the main thing. You understand? It has this zone to contend with. But based on what we're saying, even the whole thing, I'm still expecting price to push up. You understand? I'm expecting price to what? To push up. Well, yes, I won't say because I'm only emphasizing, you understand? That's based on my own opinion. And price still might not respect that too. You understand? Based on everything that is happening in the market. So we could have price reversing back from the next candle. Once this candle closes, the next candle that opens now, reverse back, push up, break above that point, and continue that bullish movement. You understand? But hold on, unless it breaks above this part, do not take any step. Okay? So that's that on oil. That's that on oil. So yes, Arubi Emmanuel Ogbaji. Let's look at gold now. Okay, so looking at gold too is also dropping. As you can see, gold is dropping. And the main reason is just because USD gains strength as of this moment. So as of now, it's dropping and it's very close to this point. There is a zone around this point. So let's hold on and see what price wants to do. Is it going to break below this point? If price of gold is able to break below this point, then we could have a price going down if it's able to break below it. But as far as price is unable to do that, it could get to this part, then reverse back up. And one of the things we need to understand is this. You see, for all these instruments, like we all know, we've been saying it times without number. You understand? Even some of my colleagues have also said it. That's some certain instrument that it's more of a particular direction than the other. We are not saying it doesn't buy or it doesn't sell. Yes, it buys and it sells, but you discover that for some it's more of buy, for some it's more of what sell. You understand? So, and instruments like gold, oil, wheat, and these are commodity instruments, and they react to economic situation. This is just an economic news that came out. You understand? It's just an economic news that came out, and you can see that the market is reacting to it. And that's just it. So if it's able to break below this part now, then we could have this. But if this does not happen, we will have price reversing back to the upside. You understand? Okay, so we have Euro USD. Let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. Let's go to Euro USD. All right, Euro USD. And as we can see, this is Euro USD. Now, one of the things you will notice is this price has now, the volatility has reduced. You understand? Strength has reduced. That doesn't mean it's still not going to move. It's still going to move, but you discover that price is still resting at that point. And see, if price continues to, if it becomes steep at this particular junction, we could have a little pullback up. A little pullback, like, okay, let us relax. It's too fast. Let's see. You understand? Some of the things we need to understand is this: when there's volatility and it moves in a particular direction so quick and it ends at that point, we have some various things that could happen. One of the things that could happen around such situation is price could range. And remember, when price is ranging at a particular zone, that zone is known as what? A correction zone. Then after which it will peak is a definite direction. On this particular one now, is reacting to the news. And if the whole market economically, the global market agrees with the whole thing, we could still have a continuation of that bearish move. But let's wait and see what is going to happen by the time this candle closes. Is it going to reverse back, or it's going to continue in that direction? That's what I'm going to say. So hold on for it and see. If it continues in that direction, that's when we can say, okay, fine, let's follow this direction. But if it doesn't, then we'll hold on. Okay. Okay, so that's that for that. Let's look at the next instrument. The next instrument. Looking at, okay. Sanusi Olatunde say, can't we sell if oil closes with a pin bar? Well, based on what I'm saying on oil now, I can't really say that. based on what I'm seeing on oil, I can't really see that. You understand? I can't really see that. Because sometimes we just know that we just received a volatile information. It could do this and it will still push back up. This could be as a result of just because it's around this zone. You understand? Like, okay, let's respect this zone first before we reverse back. But as of that, I wouldn't say you should go for a sell. I can't really give you a definite information of sell or buy now. You just have to do what emphasize on this market. And that's the opinion I'm giving to us. My own honest opinion. My own honest opinion. And that doesn't mean if it closes as a pin bar to you, or if you have a pin bar like that, it will not sell. You understand? But I'm giving you based on my own honest opinion. You understand? My own honest opinion and my own reasons. Okay? All right. So I'll give us the opportunity to drop one or two more instruments, after which we call it a day. So who is that going to be? Just two more instruments, two more. I'm seeing one already, then one more, just one more. I'm seeing one already. Oh, no. Yes, I'm seeing one already, then one more, just one more. Sanusi Olatunde has dropped DE40, so we'll look at DE40. I'm still waiting for that one more instrument, Euro JPY. That's that for today. That's that for today. Thank you. So DE40, let's look at DE40, then we'll look at Euro JPY. Okay. DE40. All right, on DE40. Well, like we all know, DE40 is a German stock. And looking at what happened here, you discover that when this particular market opened, it went up. And that's why you're seeing this long shadow there, telling us that at a point price was at this point, it went up. Now it has dropped back down. I just feel price might want to go back down to cover for this particular gap, and after which it will reverse back to the upside. That's my opinion on DE40. That's my opinion. I just feel, yes, it might still want to just drag back, let it cover for that gap, but then reverse back to the upside. So what I'll say is this: hold on. Don't rush into this particular market. You understand? I feel it's still going to go up, but it wants to cover for that gap. Because if you go and, based on what we're seeing here now, I just feel he only reacted based on the whole news thing. So let's wait and see. Is it going to break? Once it covers this gap, is it going to continue that bearish movement? If it continues the bearish movement, then we could have price coming down as far as this point, you understand? But if that is not the case, from around this point, we could have price pushing back to the upside, you understand? So if it comes down to this point and it covers, as far as it covers, is able to cover, it will reverse back. For me, I just feel it's a bullish move for DE40, but let's hold on and see that reversal pattern for the bullish before we can take it. That's that on DE40. Then let's move to the last instrument for the day, which is Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Okay. All right. Euro JPY. So on Euro JPY too, you discover that yes, price pushed up and it's so fine. Based on what we are saying, I'll say this is the point where we have a zone here on Euro JPY. Are we still expecting it to push up? Based on what we've been seeing on 1 hour, it's been pushing up. Let's see what is there on monthly time frame. Yes. Well, just a minor pullback. I'll pitch my tent with the bulls. I'll pitch my tent with the bulls on Euro JPY. On the weekly time frame, we can see there's a zone here. So as far as able to break above this part on the weekly time frame, yes, it should buy. You understand? It should buy on that. Even on the monthly time frame, I'll pitch my tent with the bulls on Euro JPY. I'll pitch my tent with the bulls. But before I go for that bullish move, let's hold on for it to break above this part successfully first. Let's hold on for it to break above it successfully. If it doesn't, then we could have price reversing back to the downside if it doesn't break above that part successfully. So hold on for price to break above this part successfully, then you can take that bullish move. But if that does not happen, we could have price reversing back to the downside on Euro JPY. But as it is now, the bulls have my vote. So that's that on today's morning market review. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for everyone for joining. I can see engineer Yagi Peter Joshua, Oye, CG Semiu, Abolaji Jeremiah, Adebimpe iPhone. I can see Abuola Olusegun Adeyemi Olalekan, Adedeji Adelana, Adechunji Olalekan, Ayo Emmanuel. I can see Alex, Alebode Isedu, Akisulu, Sulirie, Bolu. I can see Alaji Hassan, Alfonso Sikediasi, Blessed, Bright, Adeoti, Clement Pereira. All right, so Happiness Adekunle, George Lane, okay, Frederick, Faith, Emmanuel. Now, the truth is, I can't mention everybody's name as of now, but one thing I want you to know is this: you have my 100% appreciation. You understand? 100% appreciation for joining this morning's market review. So, as the week has started, please, everybody, do have a lovely week ahead. Thank you. Bye for now. See you same time tomorrow.